Office politics is always an ugly subject. I think that particularly in the construction industry, it's constantly changing based on the team that you have. And then I think there's always been that good old boys club. Everybody says, oh, there's a good old boys club. Well, I think the good old boys club is because they do good old boy things. I mean, they go hunting and fishing. My husband just left to go on a company fishing trip for his job. Well, I don't know if that is something that I would have been able to do. And being a woman in construction, if they were having a fishing trip, one time I was told, well, you're not going to have your own room if you go. I was like, okay, so do I stay with the married men or with the single guys? Like, come on. And he was, oh, it was just a joke. But to me, that was kind of a message like, we really don't want any women here. This is, and I get it. I think that as a wife, I would be like, well, why is that woman going? And as a woman, I'm like, well, why was I invited? So there's this catch-22 of, you know, why is the politics happening there anyways? And I think that trying to rope that back in and staying involved is always a challenge, because there's always, I think that honestly the industry is getting away from that a little bit. I think that there's been a lot of the business actually does happen around the board table or maybe cocktails in the evening. But I think that you know, a lot now, the face of who our client is changing as well. There's a lot of very educated, experienced clients. These aren't people who are just building one building. A lot of it is people that, there's a lot of women who are owners representatives. There's a lot of women who are on the owner side of things for construction that they get it. They want to do business when business is supposed to happen. They want to do business during the day, and let's have lunch, let's talk about it, let's do what needs to happen. So, but the office politics part of it, I think it's a challenge. It's a challenge to manage as well, as far as being in a project executive role. I need to manage the politics that my employees are doing as well. I need to make sure that there's always that constant fairness, constant relationship building on their part. But it's definitely dicey sometimes.